Attention parents, does your child struggle with focus or impulsivity or hyperactivity? If so, you're not alone. Approximately 11.4 of our kiddos within the US have been diagnosed with ADHD or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. But what if there was more to this story than just a deficit or a disorder? What if by understanding the root causes of ADHD and providing the right care and support, we can help these incredible kiddos unlock their full potential? This video specifically is for parents of children who have been diagnosed with ADHD or are experiencing symptoms of inattention or hyperactivity, impulsivity. If you've been searching for answers and you want to explore a holistic, drug-free approach to managing ADHD, then this video is for you. So in this video, what we're going to be talking about and diving into is the latest research on ADHD's neurological basis and introduce a groundbreaking approach to managing ADHD symptoms and maximizing your child's strengths. You're going to learn about the perfect storm theory, which explains how a combination of factors can lead to neurological imbalances that manifest as ADHD. And most importantly, you're going to discover how neurologically focused chiropractic care can help address these underlying issues and unlock your child's full potential. Parents, did you know that about 50% of children with ADHD also have anxiety or other mental health issues? These co-occurring conditions can make diagnoses and treatment even more challenging for our families. And many parents feel like they've tried everything from medications to therapies to modalities to everything you could think of, but are still searching for answers and a more comprehensive approach to their child's care. So parents, here's what we're going to be chatting about. ADHD is not just a chemical imbalance. It's a complex neurodevelopmental disorder with roots in neurological dysfunction. Specifically, when we're talking about the way that our brain processes information. Because our brain and our bodies are a big old feedback loop, all the information coming in has to go somewhere. And when we're talking about kids with ADHD, all of that extra information coming up into the brain to be processed overwhelms an already overloaded and overwhelmed brain and nervous system. The big part too when we talk about ADHD is that the perfect storm theory suggests that a combination of factors like maternal stress, like birth interventions, like antibiotic overuse and developmental trauma can create neurological imbalances that manifest as ADHD symptoms. All of these perfect storm factors, or the sequences of stress and sicknesses that we're seeing within our kiddos way too far often and way too early, sets the stage for these complex neurological developmental challenges to really take hold. The priming of the nervous system happens way before they take their first breath, and then it compounds with all of the medications, all of the overload with antibiotics, and all of the big struggles that happen in early childhood. Now, when we're talking about diagnosis, for example, conventional ADHD diagnosis relies on symptom checklists and behavioral observations while failing to capture the underlying neurological issues driving the disorder. Meaning, we need to be able to measure what's going on within our brain and nervous system to truly grasp why we're seeing the challenges, rather than just putting them into a box or a checklist of like, but what does it mean neurologically speaking? Now, traditional approaches for ADHD, like stimulant medications that are constantly or conventionally used within ADHD treatment, have potential side effects and long-term impacts on the brain structure and the function. In the Harvard Brain Discussion, what they found was toxic chemical stress onto the brain actually changes the specific architecture. It changes the neurotransmitters or the chemicals that are being passed and used to make things happen inside the brain. And so this long-term stimulant use has significant impacts in other areas, like our hormonal control, like our ability to focus without the medications. And so we end up being reliant on this far longer and much larger than we ever needed it before within the first place. Now, when we're talking about the brain side of it, the nervous system side of it, the neurologically focused chiropractic care side of it, what we do is that we use cutting edge technology called the insight scans to identify areas of neurological dysfunction and guides our clinical thought process with personalized and drug-free plans of care. When we're going back to think about our autonomic nervous system or the central and autonomic nervous system, the two big pieces that are impacted and under fire so much and overwhelmed with ADHD, our autonomic nervous system, particularly our vagus nerve, plays a crucial role in our attention, our behavior, our regulation, and is often imbalanced in our kids with ADHD. You can think about the vagus nerve being the brake pedal for our nervous system. So supplying all of our organs, but supplying our brain with that calming, down regulating input or supply to the body specifically. So as a chiropractor, I take care of a primary condition that can contribute or create secondary symptoms. And this is what's called subluxation or neurostructural shifting. And for all intents and purposes, subluxation just means stress stuck on to our nervous system. So by addressing subluxation and nervous system imbalances and interferences, neurologically focused chiropractic care helps to restore the balance to our nervous system, allowing children with ADHD to thrive and to process and regulate and focus in a much greater way than we can see otherwise within these kids. Put all of this science together, we love to measure the regulation of your child's nervous system with an EMG scan, with our thermography, and with heart rate variability. Because from there, we get the baseline measurement of how much stress and tension is stuck within the neuromuscular system, how inflamed due to some of this toxic stress and irritation and interference is going on within our nervous system. And when we use heart rate variability, specifically measuring what is the overall tone and function of our vagus nerve, how well is our nervous system balanced and how is it functioning? And from there, we can get the sensory and the movement patterns that the brain is receiving from our bodies. And almost 100% of the time, these kids that struggle with ADHD symptoms or a busy brain all have two things in common. Either too much energy fueling the brain or confusion and uncoordinated energy communication to our brain. So being able to see this objectively within our kiddos is a game changer. And it can be as simple as too much energy input equals a hyperactive, fast, lack of focus, or attention in response. So at Haven Family Chiropractic, we believe that every single child deserves the opportunity to reach their full potential. And if you're ready to experience the difference of neurologically focused chiropractic care for your child with ADHD, we invite you to take that first step today. So visit our website, give our office a call, or schedule a consult within our office for those insight scans. Our team of compassionate and experienced chiropractors and care advocates will work with you to be able to develop a personalized plan of care that addresses your child's unique needs and your goals for them. And together we can help your child unlock their inner superhero and thrive in all areas of life. So do not wait. Take action now and give your child the gift of optimal neurological health and well-being.